Welcome to this presentation. My name is Nasser. I will be explaining how to make the shift to learner-centered teaching based on a 2011 book by Terry Doyle titled Learner-Centered Teaching, Putting the Research on Learning into Practice. I will be giving ideas on how to make this transition in our classrooms. The presentation starts with communicating with students. I will then move to the next topic of power sharing and continue with the remaining slides till the end. This presentation should take around 10 to 15 minutes. According to Doyle 2011 in his book, 15 years of research has proved that it is vital to build relationship with our students so that they feel safe in the classroom and will want to share their ideas. We should interact with our students to identify if they are learning. The instructor should be willing to support the students whenever they needed that help. By this way, there is a communication between the instructor and the students. The instructor should be flexible in matters related to attendance, assignments, late work, and rewriting papers. If a student is late to submit an assignment, they should be given a second chance provided that students have a genuine reason for bringing this assignment late. If the instructor is not willing to agree with the students, then the students will be the loser. As Doyle mentioned in his book, students should feel very comfortable with their instructor and are willing to learn and discuss any issues related to their studies with the instructor. By this way, the instructor is sharing the power with the students. According to Doyle in his book, research findings shows that the most important thing that can help a student improve learning is by doing exercise. The main idea here is to try to use different techniques in order to make students learn. It's not necessary that they have to do exercise in class. The simplest the students can do is just to go for a walk. An instructor should try and find different techniques that will help these students in their learning process. In a learner-centered classroom, we should concentrate on patterns that give meanings to our students. These are the same patterns we use in our research and teaching. According to Kane and Kane 1991, in their book, we are supposed to share them with our students. The best example of using patterns is to tell the students to write in their own words what they have observed. Each student will have different notes in their own, which conveys the same information. Researchers have associated sleep with memory. People who sleep for 7 to 8 hours daily tend to have less stress and long-term memory. According to Walker 2009, in his book, he mentioned that if a person takes a nap after learning new information, remember it better than those who don't. A study on NASA astronauts showed a 37% improvement in memory for those astronauts who napped for 20 to 30 minutes compared to those who don't. Our students should have enough sleep in order to retain the new information they learn daily. According to Doyle, students should learn by themselves. If anything was not clear to them, they should approach the instructor or talk with colleagues on how to do it. The more information a student gets, the more he or she understands best. In a learner-centered teaching, the students are to do most of the work by their own. This will help them to have a long-term memory of what they have learned and take responsibility. According to Doyle in his book, he emphasized a lot about feedback. The instructor will know what areas needs to be addressed more. By giving feedback, even more students themselves will promote long-term learning. For example, if my colleagues give me feedback that my images does not align with the context, this will give me a chance to replace that image and even before I submit my assignment. Those students sometimes complain about the feedback as a negative comments that are usually received late. Researchers agree that feedback is an essential tool that helps students improve their learning. To wind out this presentation, instructors need to adopt this transition to learner-centered teaching. The learner-centered teaching will not only benefit students during their courses, but also will be a lifelong learning. We have to educate our students to be responsible in their studies, as they will be responsible for all their lives. Students will acquire knowledge, understanding, and skills to which they will use in their entire career. As instructors, we should shift a learner-centered teaching and explain to others to adopt this method in their teaching. I've been referring to Doyle 2001 book, Learner-Centered Teaching, Putting the Research on Learning into Practice. I would recommend, for more information regarding a learner-centered teaching, try to buy this book and you'll get more information about how to shift your classes into a learner-centered teaching. Thank you so much.